In the hundreds of years that the acoustic guitar as an instrument exists, it hasn't changed much. The basics are still just a sound chamber, a neck and some strings on there. But the past 20 years or so, we're seeing new ideas starting to pop up that you wouldn't necessarily expect on an acoustic guitar. And the question is, do we even need it? So I don't do a lot of gear reviews per se, and I think that the importance of gear is a little bit overrated. But this one, it caught my eye and I thought, or my ear I should say, and I thought, hey, that could be fun. So especially during these corona times of staying at home, it's always fun to check out some new gear. So this video is not sponsored or anything, I'm not getting paid, I just wanted to see if it actually worked. And if it actually makes sense putting this in a guitar, because what I've got here is an acoustic guitar with built-in effects. So you can actually hear it coming out of the guitar without any amps or cables or anything. You can just do it sitting in the garden, whatever, wherever. And wow, hearing it for the first time, that is a pretty strange sensation, I can say. So it packs two kinds of reverbs, a hall and a room reverb, and you can dial it into taste, also in combination with chorus. So this is without any effects. Let's down some reverbs. Halfway, hall. Let's add some chorus. 3/4. So there's a so-called accentuator placed in the body that actually resonates the wood, supposedly creating an authentic reverb and chorus. I'm just recording this all on this little microphone over here, as you can see, and I'm not doing anything to the recording in post. It's just what I got from this Zoom recorder. Hall reverb all the way up. So I have to come clean about something. This is not the first time I'm playing an acoustic guitar with inbuilt effects, but it is the first time I think it actually adds something instead of it feeling like a gimmick. So what do you think when you hear this? Do you think it sounds fake, or does it affect the heart of the acoustic guitar? So please leave a comment underneath that like button with your thoughts. I'm genuinely interested in seeing those. So probably the most used effect on the acoustic guitar amp or in acoustic recordings is reverb. So in a way it definitely makes sense adding that effect to the acoustic guitar. Remember we did the Acoustasonic, which is an emulsion between the acoustic and electric guitar, like the T5 by Taylor. Or do you remember the Line 6 Variax, where you can play an alternate tuning without actually tuning your guitar? It's just digitally altered. We see carbon fiber guitars, foldable guitars, MIDI guitars. There's a lot of experimenting done, and I gotta admit sometimes it feels a little bit like a gimmick. We never needed it to sound great, so why change a winning formula? What about this guitar though? And I wonder what drives these inventions. Is it truly inspired by a great idea, something the guitar community is looking for, or is it trying to solve a problem that never really was there in the first place? That makes me think about the necessity of it all. On the one hand, reverb is a very common effect. I almost never play without reverb on the electric guitar. And on the acoustic, I never use reverb at all unless I record. Then I always put a little bit of reverb on the recording. So where do we put this guitar then? I got two feelings about this. On the one hand, I think we're pampering ourselves a little bit too much with it, like spoiling yourself. Why can't an acoustic just be an acoustic? The strong and direct connection of you and the guitar and nothing else, as pure as it can get basically. But on the other hand, it is a lot of fun. And the reverb, yes, it is digital, but it's still 100% a result of what you're playing. It's not adding something that wasn't there in the first place. It's just broadening the sound a little bit, making it like you're in a beautiful, reverberant room instead of the horrible place we're in. I don't know, but I don't know, it's not always bad to add something good into your life, right? So yeah, let's add some chorus to it. Feels like I'm playing a 12 string, right? So yeah, it is the chorus effect. It sounds a little bit like a 12 string, like I said. And I feel like the minimalist approach of this guitar is a very good move. When you turn off the effects, it still plays pretty good and it sounds very decent. It's a solid Engelmann sprue stop and rosewood back and sides. And here's the controls. So it's very, yeah, it's not a spaceship kind of thing. It just looks like any acoustic guitar. And it sounds, yeah. As far as the reverb goes, it doesn't sound any better than a good studio reverb, or a real reverb for that matter. Recording the guitar dry and adding reverb in post will certainly give you a better sounding result. But when playing wherever, on the couch or in the garden or by that campfire, it can be a very fun addition to add some reverb, but also very addictive, and it's very hard to turn it off once you turn it on because it feels very dry all of a sudden. So is this the future of acoustics? Well, the implementation is done right, if you ask me. The basis is just a solid good guitar without any fuzz, but if you're interested, you can add some elements that can enliven the basic sound of said acoustic guitar. If you want that. Do you want that? Well, that's for you to decide. This is definitely not for the professional performer or recording artist, if you ask me. But that's not whom it's for, I guess. The vast majority of players are just guitar players who play because they think it's fun, for a hobby. And I think to those people, it could make a lot of sense to just have this feature on it. If you're sitting on your couch, just playing for your friends or whatever. But I don't think this is actually the future of acoustic guitars, because there is something about playing acoustically, the pure and direct sound, the unaltered sound of the acoustic guitar that can never be replaced. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you next week in another video. Goodbye.